Hello, is CVFM Radio, and it is my pleasure to welcome the one and only Chesney Hawkes onto the show. Hello, Chesney.
Hey David.
Yeah, so obviously you are playing at Soundwave this year. Can we talk a bit about that and what people can expect about Soundwave this year?
Yes, of course. Now, the Sandwich going to be a really fun festival, I hear. As far as what you're going to expect from me, I'll be bringing my band, including my brother on drums, my son on guitar, and it's always a party vibe when we play, especially at the festival. So, hope for good weather.
My next question is when you start a gig, what's your food prep? Like, what do you always like to eat, like your pre-gig when you're on tour?
To be honest with you, I'm not one of those guys that has an incredible, like kind of solid routine. I always like to have a little bit of time by myself. I do a vocal warm up. Food wise, whatever's going, I will drink a beer maybe beforehand. But as long as I have like a little minute to myself, beforehand, then I'll be absolutely fine as soon as I walk out on stage.
So do people can see you having a Teesside parmo, a Teesside delicacy, sour parmo. I don't know if you know about a parmo. It's basically chicken breadcrumb with vegetable sauce and then cheese on top.
Sounds glorious. I try to avoid cheese beforehand because that's not very good for vocals, to be honest with you. So, but I'm sure it's lovely. I'd have that afterwards.
So obviously you were on Big Brother as well, on Celebrity Big Brother. Can you tell us a bit about that and what it was like?
Yeah. Anything in particular you want to know about, David?
So what was your favourite part about Celebrity Big Brother? What did you enjoy the
The
most?
people, the people. To be honest, they were kind enough to put me in there with some lovely people. So I enjoyed making connections and I feel like I've made some really good friends in there. So yeah, that was my favorite part.
And obviously you do have a new album out at the moment. Can you tell us a bit about that and what people
Hmm.
can expect from the
Well,
new
I
album?
mean, it's out now. It's called Living Arrows. There are some kick the doors down bangers, pop bangers, as you would expect from me, but there's also some, quite cathartic, um, therapeutic songs on there, touching on all sorts of different themes from, mental health to loss, to all sorts of things that you probably wouldn't expect, or, if you don't know more about me than the one and only, that's for sure. Um, but yeah, so it's been doing really well. I'm very, very excited about the response it's had, and it is an album very, very close to my heart.
And what would you say your favourite is on the album? What would you say your favourite song is at the
That
moment?
changes daily, actually, I have to say. Right now, I think I'm liking a song called "Loud," which was the third single from the album, and it's a song about trying to stay in connection with those that we've lost. It's as I said, there are some songs on this album that are incredibly close to my heart, and that one in particular, when I released it, it was literally just after my best friend passed away earlier this year. So it had like a greater meaning because of that. And I think people have related to it in a way that I was, humbled and not surprised, I guess, but just, people understanding where I was getting at, what I was getting at, and ways to kind of try and stay in contact with those that we've lost. So yeah, I'm going to go with Loud.
Yeah, so we will play that next, all right, on the show. Thank you very much for coming on. It's been great having you on, and we cannot wait to see you at Soundwave.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You going to come along?
Yeah, I'll be there. And no doubt we'll probably try and bump into each other and do an interview at Soundwave as well.
I hope so, David. I hope so.
Thank you for coming on. It's great having you on.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me.